have Trainer the Friend here. So I am here taking over Motivational Monday because Nick is out of the office. So sorry, but you got me. The secret of getting ahead is getting started, and that is by the wonderful Mark Twain. So I don't know if any of you just kind of, I know I have when I was younger, I would sit back and just be like, oh, I should do that, or I should do this. And, you know, it's just, it was no motivation for me to get up and get started. But when I started seeing other people getting ahead, then I was like, okay, let's suck it up and get started, Loren. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get started here. So I hope you guys are having a great day. So again, happy Motivational Monday. So we're gonna go over the tip of the week, the sales shout outs, my favorite. And then today's subject is going to be MedSup and MediGap. Now, for those of you that may or may not have been on last week's Motivational Monday, the topic of discussion was AHCP. So are we kind of seeing a trend here? Next week is going to be MedAdvantage, the Medicare Advantage plans, just in time for open enrollment. So, tip of the week. We have added 4 more Medicare supplement states. So we now have Minnesota, Missouri, New Jersey, and Wisconsin. Now remember, that is a total of 42 states. So this is steadily climbing and growing. So as you can see, this is a pretty great little setup for us. So more news is the online applications and the quoting with the Triad portal is available today, October 7th, and you can actually set it up, and it's the quotes are going to be, and once you sell the application, you can sell it for the next date effective date, which is really, really great, especially if you have that insured that is on the verge of their policy running its course on their last short term. So great news, super excited about this. Super excited about this. And you know, for those of you that don't know, Medicare supplements are available 6 months, up to 6 months after the Medicare A, but the Part B goes in effect. So this is a never-ending opportunity for those of you that like to write the MedSups. So this is a great opportunity. Now let's talk about our sales and leaders, our kudos for last week. So that would be September the 30th. So the short-term medical, Nat Jen, great job. We have the limited med, which is the UHC Health Protectors Guard, great plan. The accident, which is the plan enhancer. The critical illness, again, Nat Jen, whoop, whoop. Let's keep it going, guys. And then the dental is emeritus. So for the week of September 30th, 2019, our kudos to the highest sales are going to go on the short-term medical to Alexander Lewis. Great job, Alexander. Jacob Gordon, again, great job. And then Glenn Shane, good job, Glenn, keep it going. And then our limited med, we have Katia Santa Maria, again, great job. Kent Kirkwood, great job. Accident, we have Donald Trotter, great job, Donald. And then Glenn Shane is also on the high end on the accident sales. So great job to all of you. Kudos. Keep up the good work. I'm hoping to see different names next week. So let's talk about our topic of the week, which is the Medicare supplemental insurance. Now, for a lot of you guys who have opted not to take the AHCP certification, that's okay, because you still have plenty of opportunities to make some great sales under a MedSup or Medicare supplement, or some people call it a MediGap plan. So remember, AHCP certification you need to complete in order to sell any and all of the Medicare products, whether it's the standalone prescription D plan, or it's the Medicare Advantage, or that Medicare Advantage prescription drug plan. But if you don't want to get involved in that, MedSup is a great plan and a lot of great opportunities for you. So 10,000 baby boomers are celebrating their 65th birthday every day. Now, in other training courses, I have heard people say that's 8 new baby boomers every second. That's a lot of money to be made for you agents. The Medicare supplement targets that aging population who needs insurance. That population can avoid the high cost of hospitalization by having a MedSup. There's a good chance that you're going to require, all of us at one time will require some sort of inpatient sometime now or in the future. So keep in mind that Medicare Part A hospital, the deductible is $1,316, and you can pay that up to 4 times a year. But under a MedSup, there is the loopholes. Now remember, the potential of a client is increasing on a daily basis. So for your current book of business, you can go through and see who is going to be coming into this age bracket. So let's talk the sales. High profit potential. Sales are high the first year of the commissions as well as the annual residuals. The MedSup plan stays on the book of business for a very long time. Now, some statistics say 5 years, some say 8 years, some say 10 years. My father himself has a MedSup plan. My father is 82. I sold him that MedSup plan when he was 65. And at the time he has said, well, it's an awful lot of money, Loren, it's an awful lot of money. Well, my father had his first surgery under his MedSup plan. And his out-of-pocket was just the deductible, which was $275. His actual surgery, which was cataract surgery, because bless him, he's 82 years of age, he should have had the surgery done several years ago, more like 15 years ago. Literally, one morning he woke up, couldn't see a thing in front of him. So then finally, the stubborn Irishman that he is, agreed to go to the doctor. Once he was at the doctor said he had the worst case of cataract he had ever seen. The long and the short of this particular story, which is my story, it's my father, his surgery would have cost him $79,000. It's a lot of money. And because it was the MedSup, all he had to pay was the $275. I personally feel that it is a great plan for someone who is in good health, someone that has, and my father is in good health. He continues to now pay the premium, and he's happy to pay the premium. So remember that the Medicare supplement is targeting that aging population. Now remember that aging population has to have some sort of insurance, whether it's Medicare or the Medicare Advantage or the MedSup. I personally prefer the MedSup. Now, not all of your clientele is going to be able to qualify for the MedSup or afford the MedSup. But me personally, depending on those questions that you're asking, any and all of your clientele when you're probing and trying to figure out what works for them, highly recommend you go the MedSup route, provided that it works for your client's pocketbook. So again, we have the competitive rates. Coverage is standardized across each plan. So it doesn't matter if you go with Aetna, Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Every single company has to have the same options that they have in the plan F or G. Now the difference, or even the plan N, everyone has to have the same base. But remember, the difference are the premiums and the cost of the location, as well as the location. So if you live in a more rural area, you're probably going to pay a lot more as opposed to a highly populated area. Now, for you as the agent, it is most important that you have the most comprehensive carriers. So you know that if someone is living in Northern California, the MedSup plan under Blue Cross might be better as opposed to Humana. Or if you're in Florida, you should know, for being competitive for your clientele, what is better as far as Humana, the major carriers, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, Aetna. So let's talk about the competitive rates. So the OEP for the MedSup is the 6-month window. Now that 6-month window is starting when your Part B is effective. Now, please note that in order to be able to enroll into that MedSup plan, your insured has to have the Medicare Part A and B, not to be confused with A and or B. Remember, A and B at the same time of the enrollment. A and or B is referring to the prescription drug. So let's keep it clean, and remember, A and B, you can have the MedSup. So remember, you can go back and look through your clientele, your list. And as an agent, I used to keep a list. I had a computer program that all persons that were turning their birthday, I would have a printout, and monthly I would kind of look at, oh, well, Mr. Smith, he's 64 and a half. So let me reach out to Mr. Smith and start the wheels turning, because he's an existing client of mine. I can reach out to him and talk to him and educate him. So remember, it's important for an agent to have, again, the most competitive, comprehensive carriers, whether it's you're in-state or you're a non-resident license holder. Always know your books and what's available for your clients. So this is my favorite part. This is the easiest product to sell, because remember, any and all of the supplements, the MediGap, the MedSups, these particular plans are governed by your Department of Insurance in whichever state you're licensed in. So no CMS red tape. I've had someone say, well, Loren, what does that mean, no red tape? Well, you are licensed by your Department of Insurance, but you don't have to take additional classes like that AHCP class for a certification. No certification is needed when it comes to the MedSup. But remember, if you want to go with just the MedSup, that's fine. Your license has to be in good standing, of course. But again, no CMS red tape. Kind of nice. You don't have to worry about it. So that certification, or the AHCP certification. So other companies will require, in some cases, in some states, that you have not only just the AHIP, but like the fraud and waste. So you don't need to worry about that. And then no annual enrollment, so you can sell them year round. So you know how like with Medicare, we have the AEP and then the ICEPs. So we don't have to worry about the AEP. So, which we all know is October 15th through December 7th. You don't have to worry about that. Because again, you can enroll that Med Sup up to 6 months after their Part B becomes effective. So there are a lot of great opportunities for you, especially if you're very proactive and keep an eye on your book of business. So guys, that's going to conclude today's Motivational Monday. But remember, if you have any questions, concerns, problems, make sure you email the training box at ahcpsales.com, or you can call the agency services at 877-228-8773. And again, you guys have a great day. Thank you for spending some of your day with me. I appreciate it. So we'll see you next week. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you soon.